Well, I've got to tell you, Pop, I'm nearly exhausted, mate. We have had some guests in today and we have had a lot of fun.
You're exhausted. I've done all the work. How do you think I feel?
As usual, though, we're used to that. Now, I want to ask you a couple of questions. Paddy Dangerfield's coming to town, of course, to play Friday night. Geelong back with the old team. And there's been a lot of talk in the papers and media. He's going to get booed when he plays. Now, personally, I don't think he's going to. I think there'll be some small pockets. I don't think he will.
Massively booed.
Why?
Well, because he's the opposition. He's the enemy now.
But did he not leave in a good way?
Well,
we're not talking Kurt Tippett here. No. We're talking a completely different scenario. Now, and I'm basing it on my time coming back to play when I was with Canberra to Adelaide. Hardly ever got booed.
Did Tony Modric get booed when he went to Fremantle?
No.
I don't think he did.
No. So I'm thinking...
Maybe not. You know what? I was just expecting there to be massive booing for Patrick Dangerfield. But you know what? For Patrick, it's almost a mark of respect. You're that good. Yeah. Boo, you're playing for the opposition.
I just don't think he's going to. I think it's being blown out a little bit. But saying that, let's say, OK, we'll play devil's advocate.
Yes. And
we've heard it's OK to boo Paddy. And Paddy said he's expecting it, he's the enemy.
Well, we booed Tippett.
All right,
it's okay, isn't it?
All right, that was okay too. Yeah. Then let's wind the clock back 6 months. Why wasn't it okay to boo Adam Goodes?
Well, to my way of thinking, I'll be totally honest, I think it is okay to boo Adam Goodes.
Well, it's okay to boo Patrick Dangerfield.
Well, of course. I just think the disappointing thing was there was two things. One was that Adam Goodes played the racist card. I don't really think he believed it was a racist card, but I think he's a really selfish person, and so I think he played that card, and I didn't like it myself. And if I would have been in the crowd, I would have booed him just because of that. And I don't like the media telling me that you're booing with racist intent. I know why I'm booing, and it's nothing to do with race. It's to do with the fact I actually don't like him. Yeah. So I should be able to cheer someone and boo someone as long as I'm not being racist. And if you're doing it with racist intent, then stop it. I agree, no question. But please don't tell me why I'm doing it, because I know why I'm doing it. The flip side is, in the working community today, it's not about what you think, it's about how you make them feel. So it's been reversed a bit. I think he needs to work on how he feels. So, yes, I don't see any difference whatsoever. And look, you know, from my point of view, Adam Goodes was a fantastic player. I think he let himself down enormously in the end of his career.
All right, I'm a little bit, and not that often we agree on these things, but I thought he played the racist card wrong. Because that being the case, someone of similar stature in the game, Sean Burgoyne. I rarely hear Sean get booed.
No.
So I don't think it was racist. No, I think that indicates it right there.
Yeah, it's a personal thing. That's it.
I don't see how Paddy Dangerfield, we can go, I haven't heard anyone from the AFL come out and say, no, you can't boo Paddy Dangerfield.
No.
So it doesn't make any sense. That's all. I don't want to regurgitate it.
But it is frustrating. But what happens in the media these days is everyone just follows everyone. Yeah. And you're intimidated. You're almost bullied yourself if you don't think the way everyone else is thinking. Well, you know, I don't want to live my life like that.
All right, been a fair bit of controversy this week in Adelaide too, of course, after the Crows-Doggies weekend of umpiring. Yeah. Mark Rasciuto's jumped on it, and I've heard other people talk about it. The speed of the game's gone up another notch. Sure. Do we need 4 umpires now instead of 3?
Well, you know what? We say the speed of the game has gone up, but don't forget we've reduced the interchanges. You know, we've reduced the interchanges, which means that it should open up. It should make it a little bit more easier to umpire late in the game, I'm hoping, although there's a lot of tired players. I think it was just one of those little bleeps in the radar. I'd rather have a look over the year rather than pick out that game.
So you reckon the umpires were wrong in that game?
It wasn't ordinary to have a 17-1. That's not an ordinary thing. So it's worth looking at. In reflection, I think they may have thought, well, you know what, most of them were probably there. There were a couple of questionable ones, as there is every week. I'm not sure that a 4th umpire will crystallise that too much. It might actually add to some more problems.
So, mate, you've played footy.
Yep.
First to the ball, 9 times out of 10 would get the 3, wouldn't he?
Look, it would.
Is that not how it looked on the weekend? Well, if you were umpiring, did it not look to you like the Doggies were getting to the ball first?
They were.
And Crows were arriving late?
Yeah, and I think there's a little tactic that the Bulldogs have applied when you're tackling them, that their first instinct is to bring the arm up towards and then highlight the fact that they've got you high. It's a strategy. There's nothing wrong with that. The Crows would have actually learnt more from that game in losing than they would have if they won and the free kick count was even.
All right, Bernard Tomic's not looking like he's...
I don't want to, can we not talk about him?
No, I just want
to talk about him.
All right, well, Bernard Tomic's not going to go to the Olympic Games. Looked like he's going to play in a tournament in Mexico. The reason being that he can get points. There's $1 million prize money. Moving that over to the side, not talking about Bernard Tomic.
Yes.
Should tennis be a sport that's in the Olympic Games?
No, unless I think the Olympic Games should be for the pinnacle of your particular sport.
Yep.
We agreed again.
Agreed.
Not too bad.
So you've got the US Open, the French Open, Wimbledon and the Australian Open.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. When you talk to the tennis players,
do you want
a gold medal?
Yeah.
Or do you want the US Open?
And you've got the Davis Cup as well.
They all want
where
the
you
US
represent
Open.
your country.
Yeah.
So I think they've got their pathway to represent the country. I don't think they need the Olympics. So, and if they do, then I don't want him there.
All right. I want to ask you about this one because you know the Olympics, and I've obviously got a love for the Olympics.
Yes.
Jared Talent. Most people would know who Jared was.
Walker?
The Australian race walker who competed, of course, in London, finished second 2012 in the 50-kilometre walk, was won by a Russian, Sergei Yatkin.
Yeah.
Now, he got caught cheating.
Yes.
So, of course, he's been stripped of the gold medal. It's now going to be handed back to Jared.
But you know what? He misses out on the opportunity to be on a dais, Olympics.
Absolutely right. In front of possibly 100,000 people, plus the viewing audience.
Yes.
Now they're saying they're going to award him the gold medal at the Treasury in Melbourne sometime, June the 17th, I think it is. Now, Eddie Maguire's put forward, why don't we award him the medal when Collingwood play on the Queen's birthday?
Okay, MCG.
70,000 people.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Now, the AOC have come out and the Olympic have come out and said, we can't do that because that conflicts with our sponsors. So I'm feeling like, and Jared, to his credit, Jared Talent has not complained about anything, just that I'm happy to get it. Now, the reason that he can't get it is because Olympic protocol says that, the proper sponsors have to be there. We can't afford for, some sponsors to get recognised that weren't sponsors.
Hang on a minute. Isn't the Olympics about amateur number one, the cleanliness? I think at certain times we've got to stop being so constrained about what sponsors think. Just do the right thing. And the guy needs to be recognised in front of the biggest Australian crowd we can. Not only has he missed the opportunity to have that, he would have missed out on hundreds of thousands of dollars of sponsorship opportunities during the period of that time. He's already missed on that. He's missed the dice. And now we're saying, but now we've got to worry about the sponsors. Forget the sponsors. The athlete has to come first all the time.
And they're not allowed to associate with another sport. So they're not allowed to associate with footy. Are we not clever enough to go, well, we'll just get some black ribbon, black tape, black towels, but throw those over the sponsorship signs until Jared's received his gold medal in front of 70,000 people, then let the football game begin. Why is he being punished?
No, he should be. I agree with you. I mean, why do we have to cover up sponsorship as well? That just irritates me. Can we talk about something else? I want to talk to you about something just quickly. How long have we got to go?
Yeah, a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Basketball. Is that the time we have to go? No, go on, yes.
Basketball.
Yes.
We had Joey Wright in here before.
Yep.
Great. He was fantastic. As a coach.
Not sure about his stories, but
Andrew Gaze.
Yes.
I want to ask you about this because this is a question without notice. Andrew Gaze is coaching Sydney.
Correct.
Now, this can't be right. I think it might be by the look on your face. $350,000
to coach.
That's what I've heard.
And I've heard that too. And to be honest, I can't see why that wouldn't be the case. Well set up in Melbourne.
Yes.
He's got TV deals, radio deals, unbelievably popular in Melbourne.
$350,000. That's big for a coach.
That'd be the most any coach has ever been paid to come and coach. I mean, maybe the Melbourne United coach because Larry's involved with that team. He's getting paid around that mark. But certainly an Australian to get $350,000 a season would be unheard of.
I think he's a magnificent player. But just quickly, let me, because I don't know. So another question without notice. Has he coached? I don't know.
He's coached under 18 juniors, and at the moment he's coaching in the Siebel, and his team's
so he's
not going that well. So the microscope. We know so many people will want him to fail, the tall poppy syndrome.
Yes.
Great player that couldn't coach. He's got some pretty good assistant coaches around. I think let's see what time does.
So is it a strategic appointment?
Publicity-wise, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Huge publicity.
I get that. It's enormous money. When I heard that, I thought it couldn't be right.
Well, sort of money you're used to getting, Poppy. The rest of us, we miss out on that. Time for us to go, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We look forward to your company next week. Bye, everybody.